Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed since last time. Maniacal Muslims murder over Muhammad movie. Oh look, another gang of Muslim radicals got their panties in a twist because someone disrespected the illiterate kitty fucking prophet of their brutish backward religion and went and murdered some innocent people over it. You know, I'd say you could set your watch by this sort of thing, but it happens so often, how would you keep track of what year it was? Another pair of faith-healing parents avoids jail after letting child die. Speaking of shit that happens so regularly you can set your watch by it. This time the parents are named Russell and Brandy Ballou. They're from Cresswell, Oregon, and their 16-year-old son, Austin, was forced to endure an agonizing death from a burst appendix because the Ballous chose to pray for God to heal him rather than seeking life-saving medical treatment. Last week, the Ballous both pled guilty to a charge of criminally negligent homicide and were sentenced to 5 years probation as part of a plea agreement which demonstrates once again that stupidity is not a crime, but in some cases it goddamn well should be. By the way, Russell Ballou was not Austin's biological father. Austin's biological father, Anthony Sprout, himself, like the Ballous, a member of the modern medicine-eschewing Church of the Firstborn, died 5 years ago from sepsis, which developed after he refused to seek medical treatment for an infection in his leg. Do these people need a house to fall on them? Yes, in every sense. Brian Fisher blames Hillary Clinton for rape of murdered Libyan ambassador. Brian Fisher, host of American Family Association's Focal Point radio show and all-around bigoted right-wing Christian fundy fucktard, says it's no wonder that U.S. Ambassador to Libya Chris Stevens was sodomized by the angry Muslim mob that murdered him. He was gay. Sending a gay guy in there with all those Muslims? What did Secretary of State Hillary Clinton think was gonna happen? God fucking Hillary, what a bitch! Except guess what? Stevens doesn't seem to have been raped. And the speculation about Stevens' sexuality and its relation to his imaginary rape seems to have originated with Kevin Dujan, a conservative blogger who also thinks that Barack Obama is gay, and not just gay, but banging Kumar. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a trustworthy source. Mitt steps in shit. Sure, I could show you that graph which shows that most of the 47% of Americans who don't owe federal income tax actually live in the red states and will probably be voting for Romney if they vote at all. So much for that campaign strategy. Or I could point out to you, as Jon Stewart did so brilliantly on The Daily Show last week, that many of those in the 47% are senior citizens or former members of the military. But you know, that would only do so much good, because the saddest part, the stupidest part of what Mitt Romney said to those donors in Boca Raton, Florida in that closed-door meeting on May 17th is how many people, professional pundits, campaign spin doctors, and ordinary folks alike, have come forward to defend and apologize for what Mitt Romney said, because the baffling, depressing, infuriating fact of it is millions of Americans agree with Mitt Romney. There is a segment of the population that pumped their fists in self-righteous exuberance the moment they heard those words tripping gormlessly from Mitt Romney's silver-plated tongue. After that video was released, Romney defended himself by saying that he had just expressed himself inelegantly. But I call bullshit on that. Romney knew exactly what he was saying that day and who he was saying it to in that room. And he has been vindicated in all of his clueless, condescending callousness since then by the number of people from outside that room who have come forward to echo his repugnant sentiments. The truth is, there are some people in this country, and hell, all over the world, this is hardly an exclusively American attitude, who love nothing more than to sneer at the poor, who will notice that the person in line ahead of them at the grocery store is paying with an EBT card and cannot wait to get home or get to work or get to church or log on to Facebook and beat their chests indignantly at the quality of the cut of meat that was purchased with that EBT card, or the shoes that look a little too stylish, or the cell phone that looks a little too expensive. And Mitt Romney might be an empty fucking suit, but even he is smart enough to know that the best way to pander to those who delight in spitting on the less fortunate is to join them. And if he can hypocritically accuse Barack Obama of class warfare at the same time, so much the better. Personally, I would rather vote for that guy. At least in his game, everybody starts out with a fair shot. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time.